Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This here is the Samsung Z Flip 7 and I'm going to be walking around the City of London getting some photos. Now, it's got two lenses on the back. We have got the ultra wide and the wide. One is a 1x lens and one is a 0.6x lens. Now, the 1x lens is 50 megapixel and the 0.6 is 12 megapixel. So I will highlight that on the screen when I'm using either RAW, and I'll also be telling you at the same time. I'm going to start in this location and then we're going to head in to the city to see what else we can find. The reason why this is such a good location to start with is because one, it's a nice unique frame of London, but two, you can also try and find some nice creative shots with a wider lens. So I think here we're probably going to go with the 0.6, which is the 12 megapixel. I'm going to just swap over to that now. There you go, got a nice wide angle on, and we're looking for a puddle, so anything like this. The lighting isn't optimum for a reflection, but we can definitely give it a go. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we'll also get a 1x shot as well here with the 50 megapixel one. Now I've got it in the Pro Photo mode, and what that means is it gives me more control over the images. So I can change the shutter speed, I can change the ISO, and I can determine whether it's manual focus or autofocus. All of the photos that I am taking in today's video are going to be shot in RAW and then edited in my presets. There's a link down in the description to those. There's 188 for $12, which is very affordable, and you can use them either on desktop or on mobile. See if we can frame the sky garden through this here. We've actually got the whole kind of business district. I'll show you what I'm doing. So I'm using this as a bit of a frame. Now, I think this might be a good reference point. We have obviously only just started the video, but the battery is on 50%. I'm going to be out for most of the day, so it'll be good to see how the battery is by the end of the day. They're supposed to have a really good battery on it, so hopefully it should last. I think it's going to be quite heavy usage. Taking lots of photos, it's on most of the time, so we'll see throughout the day how the percentage drops and whether or not it's a good battery or not, but we'll see at the end of the video. Okay, so from this side we'll do the same as what we did just now on the other side, but we're going to frame it with this one here. So it's quite hard holding this and doing it at the same time, but we'll give it a good go. See if we can get it to focus through. There we go, that's good. And all I'm doing there is I'm tapping on the screen. I'm on the wide, so the 1x lens, so 50 megapixels. Tapping focus on the shard in the background. And I'm taking the shot by pressing the volume down button, which then allows me to be able to take the photo without my, my other hand. Okay, so I think coming down here, we might be able to get a good example of the ultra wide. If we go in this corner and then face back towards the Tower Bridge. I might have a gap here where I can get the shot. So we're at this ultra wide. See if we can get the right timing. I actually think in this location, the wide is going to be a better option. So if we swap over to the wide option. Now, at the same time that they launched this, they also launched the Fold 7 as well. Now, the Fold 7 has 3 cameras, and I would say arguably is possibly a better photography camera, but it is a much larger device. So when it folds out, it is a much larger device to carry around. I like this because of the form factor. When you flip it down, it's a lot smaller. So I actually prefer that. I would say slightly underexposed, so we'll see how that looks in post. Maybe I'll be able to pull it out enough for it to look decent. From here, I'm going to go down past the Tower of London. So I'm going to kind of circle back on myself, go past the Tower of London, and I might end up going by the Lloyd's building and that area. But let's have a look down here. It's very busy today. Summer in London is always going to be busy. And if you are coming to London and you want to be here specifically for photography, I recommend going out early morning because you miss all of the crowds. Similar concept as what we just did on the bridge. I'm going to use this as a little bit of foreground. So I'm going to get 2. One is going to be with the 12 megapixel, and then the other one is going to be with the 50. So one super wide. Just change the exposure. So I'm at 3,000th of a second, 2,000th of a second. ISO 50. And then we're going to get one with a 50 megapixel at 1 times. See which one we prefer. I think actually the 1 times is probably better. The reason I want to do that is because I want to have a little bit of foreground in the photo to give a bit of depth, make the photo a little bit more dynamic, basically. So even if you are just shooting with a phone, you can still get those dynamic shots. It's just about putting something in the foreground to create a little bit of separation, a bit of depth, and it makes the photo a little bit more dynamic. For this shot, I'm up towards the Gherkin in London. You can see the Gherkin in the background. I just really love this street. I've always loved it, and I think it'd be a nice one-time shot. Yeah, that looks good. It'd be nice to have some sort of subject. Actually, these are quite nice, you know. I could probably use these somehow. Flowers as a bit of foreground. If we focus up there, I might even. Moral debate. Do I pick some off because it'd be nicer if I'm over here with the flowers? Maybe. Is that bad if I do that? Comment below. What would you do? Would you just pick some off and use them? I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry. Because I'd rather the foreground down here. Is that London cab? Yeah, it is. We've got a taxi coming down. There's a really nice shot through there, but this doesn't really have a telephoto lens. So I'm gonna have to like fake zoom in. I don't know how that's gonna look. Maybe I'll have to crop in post. All right, let's do this. Let's see if we can get this to work. Right, that's the frame I want. We'll get one with a 50 meg, and then see if we can crop in and post. Yeah, hello. How are you?
Hey, dude.
Sorry, I don't want you on camera. How are you?
We see you walking around with this.
Yeah, it's just for myself.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I will just have to check what you've videoing.
Sorry, you're not talking very loudly. I can't hear you.
What you're videoing.
Oh, I'm not videoing. I'm just taking. Like, see this frame here? Sorry, I don't want you to be on camera. I just want to get a photo of that. Just looks nice. Just a photographer. Just walking through. I'll just get this one shot, and then I'm walking, carrying on. All good? Okay. So I think I'm gonna have to like crop that in and post to get the shot that I want. But we'll try zooming in as well to see how well the quality looks just straight out of camera when we zoom in camera. I'm assuming it's not going to be great. It's okay, but I get an idea. I get a reference image of what I want to do. Cheers, mate. Thank you. So going through the other side, we're going to get the look-up shot, which is just down this way. Whenever you do come to areas like this, they're fine with you kind of taking photos, but they get a bit funny when you're talking to camera and stuff like that. But I'm in a public space. I'm allowed to. I'm filming myself. None of the buildings, and that's just kind of how it goes. So we're going to go ultra wide, and then we're going to go to this lamppost. You can see this is the look-up shot here. You can see lamppost here, and the building surrounding looks really sick. So we're just going to get that as a photo. Settings are slightly off. So I want basically the lamppost in the center of the shot, like so. And then that's the look-up shot, as you can see. Lamppost, building surrounding the photo, and you can see the shot on the screen. Okay, let's continue on. The lighting down there looks really nice. This lighting looks lovely. But I can guarantee if I walk down there to try and get a photo, they will go crazy. And there's sometimes it's worth it. It's worth it for a shot. Sometimes it's not. I don't think that's worth it. I'm not going to go and argue with them just for a photo. I do always find it funny though. They create these really beautiful buildings like this, you know, in a very busy city, and then they get funny when you go and take photos of the beautiful buildings. Seems kind of, well, ironic. I don't know if that's the right word. Seems a little bit ironic, doesn't it? I've made it down to bank. Now I'm getting one in landscape because often with our phones we end up forget to shoot in landscape and we end up shooting in portrait all the time because it's just naturally how. Yeah, I'm happy with those. Now I don't know if you would buy this phone specifically for its cameras, but I wanted to highlight what the cameras are like on this phone so that you can see whether or not as a phone you'd want it that you can also use when you're off around a city. Now the way that I would use this is when you close the phone like this, you do have this screen, and on this screen you can still use the camera. Because the cameras are facing you, it allows you to see what you're shooting. So I would say it would be a very good vlog setup, because with the 0.6 you don't need 50 megapixels. So the 0.6, so with a less megapixel camera, I can get video, as you can see over the screen. So it'd be quite a good vlog setup because it's so small and compact, but yet the video is pretty good, and I can record in log and it looks nice. So I think the utility for me would be that I could use this as a daily vlog setup, or I could use it as a travel camera that I'm going to use in conjunction with my Action 5 Pro to create some better content. This is always a lovely street to shoot, especially during the day when it's a little bit busy. Whenever I'm out shooting with a new device, I'm always apprehensive because I haven't seen the edited photos yet. I haven't seen the raw files on my laptop yet, so I'm not sure how they look. I can only go off how it looks in the back of the phone. So if I'm saying it looks good, I'm hoping that by the time I actually edit the photo, process it, etc., it does actually look really good. Whenever I am out with a new device, I always end up going to typical London locations, typical spots that I know that I can get clinically good photos at. So I'm giving the phone or the device that I'm using at that time the best chance, because obviously I don't know how it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be good or shit or what. I don't know yet. Again, until I get back. But until then, what I tend to do is just go to the OG spots like this one, get the photos with the phone, and then if the photos look good, then I know next time I go out with it, I can push the limits a little bit and I know more about the device. It's quite nice for people walking through, to be honest, so it's pretty good. Now, I don't just do that with phones, I do it with all devices that I haven't shot with. It's just the process that I find the easiest. And if you are coming to London, what I've done is down below is I've put a link to all of the spots that I've been to and kind of the spots that I use for those clinically good photos. The ones I know that will look really good. It's been a hot minute since we were on Tower Bridge and we did a little battery check. The battery check at that time was 50%. I've now walked, well, you've seen where I've been, and we are on 35%. So take that as you wish. I don't know if that's good or bad. I would say that's, on average, very similar to other devices that I've used, to be honest with you. So we might be able to get a nice shot here of St. Paul's in the background. There's some smaller flowers just dotted around over here, and we can probably get those in the foreground to get a nice image. So let's choose one we like. This one kind of speaks to me. It's going to be hard to do this. Alright, we'll get one with the flower in focus, one with the St. Paul's in focus. Yeah, it's alright. Slightly mid, but it's not too bad. I feel like this will be a really good example of like how it deals with different lighting. So if we go to the ultra wide settings, and we'll see as people kind of walk towards us, I mean, it's not a very busy area, but I think it might work pretty well. Like if we get some shadows and some people walking in front of us, it might be a good example of whether or not it can deal with those types of situations. there is a bit like straight towards the sun. I can see there's a bit of flaring when I'm using the ultra wide, which is the 12 megapixel one. Now, if I swap over, if I swap over to the 50 megapixel one, there's no one currently in front of me, but I want to see if it does the same flaring. Doesn't seem to do it in this one. There's a dude just here, and I'd really love him, this dude, to walk directly in front of me. Now, the reason that's a good example is it's not necessarily a good photo, right? But it gives me an idea of the dynamic range of the sensor on this camera. Now, in the back of the phone, he is in focus, and it seems to have done a good job, but I won't know until I start editing the photo whether or not it looks good. Shooting into direct sunlight is obviously going to be harsh, and that's kind of the test I want to do, is I want to see whether or not it copes in those harsh situations. As we saw with the ultra wide lens, it does give some flaring, but that's typical with these smaller lenses because the light is just refracting around and it just creates these types of artifacts on the photo. So always stick with the 1x if you're shooting directly into sunlight. Walking down Regent Street, what I'm hoping to get is some detailed shots of some of the taxi drivers, if there are any. I mean, of course, there's taxi drivers, but it's just about finding them. Now, ideally, I'm looking for a bus or a taxi driver with their hand out the window. So I'm going to walk past them as if I'm not getting a photo, and then kind of turn around and get the shot. Or maybe I can get one as I'm walking past. So like this. I can zoom in then on the hand. Nice. And I'm just looking for those detail shots to see how I can like punch in and see if we can get one of the taxi driver. Nice. Oh, that's quite a good shot. Nice. And you've seen I've been out all day getting different photos, and what this does is it just closes off the image set that I've been looking for to tell throughout today, which is just London life. And being able to do this, you know, getting those details of like taxi drivers or bus drivers, or just showing a little bit more of the location I'm in, I feel it just builds out the image set. And then I'm happy, I'm more content with the images that I've been able to yield from the day. And look, we all have different processes, we all have different ways of shooting. This is just how I like to kind of go about it. Huh?
Why are you taking pictures?
Because I'm a street photographer? What?
Cabbies. I've noticed you too. Just
Yeah.
Cabbies or everyone?
Yeah, everyone.
Oh, right.
Is that all right?
Where are you going to put it? What, just
on socials, yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah, just take it.
Just concerned.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I mean, there's a lot going on.
I was just wondering whether you're watching people on their phones and stuff like that.
Oh God, no, look. No, look. No, you're fine. They can move.
What's your name?
OpticalWander.
OpticalWander. Okay, I know
Yeah.
that. That's lovely.
Yeah, I just take photos as well. Yeah, don't worry. No, I'm not after that. No worries. Bye bye. That's quite a nice shot. Just the black cab on its own. For that one, I was on the 50 megapixel sensor because I wanted to obviously get the highest quality image. And what I found earlier is I had a little break in between the day because it just got a bit too hot for me. And I had a quick look at some of the shots. And actually on a laptop, they do look pretty good. And I'm really happy with how they're turning out. I'm happy and content so far. Maybe this guy with a hat on with the pink in the background. It's quite a nice shot. Probably crop in on that. I think actually you might get a 17:9 on that. 17:6, sorry, not 17:9. I touched on it a little bit earlier on, and it is often that we forget to shoot in landscape on phones because we're so, the phone is orientated that way, so we kind of naturally shoot in portrait mode, but actually landscape shots, especially with a purposeful crop, actually give us such a nice image. You know, let's see if we can just get this one. I'll show you as an example. And then we can crop that by 17 by 6. We get a nice little slice. And it's something I've been doing more and more of in recent days, because I really like those slices, because I just feel like it helps build out an image set. So if ever you're out and taking some photos, just try and build out your images a little bit by getting some slices like that. So all in all, I feel like it's a great phone. And the feature for me that stands out is having that front-facing screen when I'm wanting to do videos. So I can use this as more of like a vlog camera. But what that means is, for photos, it's also a good phone. So if you are looking, or you're in the market for a new phone, then maybe consider it. There are other options as well, but I quite like it. I'm gonna be going out to see how this performs at nighttime to do some low light street photography, similar to what I've done today, but at nighttime. So if you wanna see that, subscribe, notification bell. I do like it, and I will be releasing in the next couple of days as well my opinion, just an overall base and review on the phone itself. With all that being said, all of the photos in today's video have been edited with my presets down in the description. For $12, you get 188 presets. Create more, stress less, and I'll see you in the next one.